Vince and Nezza still together?
Hey guys, it's Nezza.
It's Vince.
Today we're gonna answer some fan questions that you guys sent in on Insta and YouTube about season 2 of Twin My Heart.
And this is the next best thing that we could do since we couldn't be together in person during quarantine. We're gonna do as much as we can and share as much as we can with you during this through Zoom.
So let's do it.
First question, which guys were you instantly attracted to on the first day?
Obviously, you were the one that, you know, caught my eye right away. I think it was just between you and Dustin. And then the weird thing is that like Bennett was also kind of up there, but then obviously like personalities like didn't end up matching, but
yeah, no, I knew where I stood.
Okay, so question number 2 is, what is our favorite thing about each other?
Physically, it's your eyes and your smile. Non-physical attraction, it has to be just work ethic, you know, how dedicated you are to everything. Favorite
thing about you, physically, your smile. Personality-wise, you are just like the sweetest human being ever.
Next question, did you have a crush on anyone that Franny was interested in on the show?
No, there was never any. Obviously, like the whole Tage situation was kind of a weird thing, but we never were like fighting over him. But no. But I think that just shows that like Franny and I have different types. Do you think any of the guys on the show were on just for the clout?
Absolutely, I do. I mean, knowing what we know now with Bennett, I kind of see it like, okay, now it all makes sense. But during it, I was like, this guy is literally here for the Instagram clout. And that's about it. Same thing with Dennis. And you know, we heard him say if they only got to see like me for the real me during all of this. I was like, okay, if you really think about it, if you were to put yourself out there, like this is exactly what we saw was the real you. So that just didn't make sense to me, but you know, I just figured he was kind of there for the same reasons. But everybody else, I was like, yeah, they seem like they're here for the right intentions. Why do you think Vanessa and Veronica both recommended us for this dating show?
I think they wanted to put me on the show just because like I haven't had anything really solid in a very long time. And I think they chose you because, you know, you actually knew them prior to the show.
Veronica's, I feel like she has like a little secret like cheer squad for me. Like she's always just rooting for me.
She does.
Yeah.
Ronnie is so Team Vince. Who was the funniest and most competitive contestant on the show?
Denzel.
I was gonna say, I think we both agree that like the funniest person on the show was a mixture of Dustin and Denzel for sure.
Yeah, that brotherly dynamic, you just can't, you know, put a price on that. It was so good to watch and watch it develop. It was
so good. I think my favorite moment with Denzel was definitely being in the pottery class. I don't think I've ever laughed harder. As far as most competitive, I don't really know. I mean, I feel like Dustin got pretty competitive. Pulling me away from you that one time.
That happened a lot.
On the couch when you kissed me in front of him and he was just like, what?
And people have spoke on it, just like the amount of tension that was between us. Like obviously we're in competition with one another, but
because it just came down to y'all. Like it from like early on, it was just between the two of you, and it was very clear.
Next question: do you regret eliminating any of the guys?
I don't think I regret eliminating any of the boys. I wish, you know, that the people that, you know, weren't really in it, I wish that they either would have spoken up earlier or, you know, not even come on the show at that point and have given someone else a chance.
Maybe
but I don't regret anyone
less of a headache.
Yeah, it would have been slightly less of a headache for sure.
Okay, I don't want to say this and make this sound bad, but I knew that like the dating show portion of it would be like the easiest part of this entire process. No disrespect to any of my guys, but I knew that like getting past all of them would be the easiest thing.
Okay, so next question that a fan sent in is, since quarantine, is there anything that we miss about each other since we can't really see each other? What do we miss most?
The simple fact that we can't be with one another. That's
no,
just
literally. Yeah, we haven't been able to literally do anything or hang out or sing songs, like, because we can't really, like, do duets over, like, FaceTime because it, like, doesn't match up. So that's kind of what I miss the most, probably, is, like, jamming out.
Yeah.
And doing that.
I know, being in here, being in the studio, just working.
Yeah, exactly.
For fun. Yeah.
Exactly.
Will Vince and Nezza ever make a YouTube video together?
That is the most asked question of
I get DMs all the time.
Oh, obviously, you know, we wanted to, but, you know, because of quarantine and everything, like, there just hasn't been a moment.
We're almost there.
We're almost there. So, next question is, what is something you wish would have aired but didn't make the cut?
When you're at the house, it's so hectic and everyone's running around at 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
But like, I was downstairs, you were upstairs, and we had to go upstairs and downstairs, and we just shared a moment. We had a little private kiss.
There's a lot of stuff that wasn't aired, but there was a lot of stuff also that wasn't aired because no one was there. Like, there was no cameras around. So we, like, just snuck stuff. What we could. Remember how Connor presented me with that drawing? That he drew of me?
Yeah.
Right before elimination, he pulled me into one of the rooms and he showed me a full-on sketch drawing of me that I was like, when did you do this? He's like, oh, I just like did it today. And it was so good and I never asked for it and I still actually want it because it was so good.
It was incredible. I was just like,
how
long did it take you to do that?
Yeah, it was insane. And I remember just immediately running to the girls and be like, he's not going home. I don't care who has to go home, but he's not going home tonight. Because it was so precious. Oh, your Lilo and Stitch voiceover.
Thank God that did not get in the episode.
It was one of my favorite moments.
I know, and that's one thing I wish I kind of let out more, was just like, I'm really much more of a goof than I kind of let people see.
Than you were on the show. Yeah, you're a goof. Okay, so I have a question for you, Vince. Would you have kissed me on the first date? Say we weren't on the show.
Oh, if we weren't on the show, absolutely. But I also realized, like...
But did you want to?
Oh yeah. Did you want to kiss me?
I think it was clear that I wanted to.
I've told you this before too, just like, I knew that I was so attracted to you and, you know, I was gonna be into you for this whole time. It's like, the moment that we sat on that couch, like the morning of the day one, I just knew right
Which is so funny because I didn't get that. Like, not that I didn't get it.
It ate at you for a while because you thought that I was like not actually into you. You're just like, you couldn't get that through your mind that like I was into you and I was attracted to you.
What are the odds of that? Like the one guy I'm most into, like day one is like, hey, you know what I mean? Like it was just
happy it did though.
Okay, so now for the question that you guys have all been asking, all been waiting for.
Are Vince and Nezza still together?
All right, you guys. So it's complicated. There is no bad blood.
No. Right?
No bad blood at all. Just with quarantine and also a lot of other reasons that I don't know if either of us are ready to just get into right now, but nothing negative. We were in it. Like we were in it.
Oh,
you know what I mean? We unfortunately currently are not seeing each other, but we still talk.
You know, we're both very supportive of one another and, you know, we want to see each other doing really, really well just because, you know, we're not like vindictive kind of people.
No regrets at all.
Yeah.
You know, just for the viewers, like, so I don't want anyone to be like, oh, well, you know, another situation, they're just friends. Like, the show really did work. Like, it did.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Like, we were seeing each other for almost 2 months, and then quarantine happened. Yeah. Life has been a lot, and I'm just the kind of person that I want to make sure that, like, I'm good and solid before bringing someone else in, and I know you're kind of the same way.
And that's why I respect you so much, is because you are willing to do that.
You
know, sometimes just the timing doesn't work out. You know, I can't fault you for wanting to focus on that and get yourself as good as you possibly can. You know, like I said earlier, like I have no regrets. I know I put myself out there on the line as much as I could, did everything that I possibly could, and sometimes it just doesn't work out, and you kind of have to be okay with that.
Wow. That's the tea of all tea. That has been the most, and I still get questions. I got a few today.
Every day.
I don't think I'm ready to discuss the full relationship because so much happened in 2 months. So much.
Yeah.
But it was nothing but love. That's
absolutely.
That.
So that's a wrap, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Let us know in the comments what answer caught you off guard and surprised you.
And if you liked this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to Awesomeness TV's channel. Subscribe to my channel. Make sure you go follow Vince. And we love y'all.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.